Welcome back from that short break. For those who have just joined us, our spotlight today is on Eve Zalwango, who is challenging the status quo and inspiring us to break free from the constraints of societal expectations. Eve, wow.
Yes.
So how do we overcome the loan issue now?
I think finally I realized the one thing I remember after going through all that, besides going through a business problem, there was also home problems as well. So eventually I think I needed to snap out of it.
Okay.
And tell myself, this is not going to happen to me. I got some sort of a life-threatening event.
Okay.
So I was picking my daughter from school, and then somebody tried to knock us on the gate. So I kind of was asking myself, is this a work problem? Is this a home problem? Because I was going through the same things. And then that day I made a decision that I'm going to leave everything behind. And if I leave everything behind, I'll start afresh.
Okay.
So I left the business. I signed over to my partner completely. I left my home, picked my 2 children, and I went on to start a whole new life with my 2 children, alone with them, and my mom and my sisters being by my side.
As a single mother?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
You surrendered
Yes.
your business.
Yes.
The one you had given a 50% to somebody out of ignorance.
Yes.
And now with all these challenges, you just went on and gave up.
Yes. I told myself they have not taken my brain. I remember when I was in one of those training, business and entrepreneurship training, one of our professors said, as long as your brain is not taken, just know. And I remember the stories they were telling us of one of the richest men in the world, the Jeff Bezos of today, you know, the Microsofts of today. And I'm just like, but if your brain is not taken, how long are you going to fight? The clients are suing you. Your business partner is not giving up. Home is not doing well. And how long are you going to fight? I stopped fighting because I'd gone through depression for 6 months, trying to fight. And I told myself, let me leave everything behind and I start from scratch. And I remember going to a judge and then telling the judge that I have signed over. And then she was like, nobody has forced you to do this. I'm like, no one has forced me. And then I looked into my partner's eyes and I told him, give me 3 years. I've not taken even the smallest equipment we have, which is a quarter screw, out of the business. But 3 years, you know who I am. And then I left.
This is who you are now.
Yes.
Eve Zalwango, the Carpenter.
This is who I am today. So it has taken us another 5 years to build the Interiors, the new company. Now, we have new equipment, we have amazing stuff, the staff came back.
You're going too fast, Eve.
Yes.
I want that tea of how, I want that tea of how do you start?
Starting, I think I remember telling my mother at that point that I needed to start again. Actually, it so happened that I called one of my friends asking for 100,000 to buy diapers for my daughter. And then she told me, how can I not have 100,000? I had not cried for a long time. That was the first time I cried. And I told myself, I need to snap out of this. I need to start again. I called my mother and I told her I need a new place for a workshop. She told me, you don't have money. I told her, I'll find the money. Then I went to one of my hairdressers. I used to have very long natural hair, long off my shoulders. And I told her, I need to cut this hair off. I remember her cutting my hair off and crying. It's like, we've spent 10 years in this relationship and you're cutting the hair off. What am I going to do? So I told her, I just need to cut off and I don't have any penny. You're just going to cut it off. I'll pay you when I get money.
Was cutting the hair off a sign of a fresh start?
I think it did, because I remember my partner at home used to love my hair so much. So I wanted to leave everything behind, including my hair that he loved so much. Women, we got very strong on things.
Because you had separated.
Yes, we had separated. So I was like, I just need to leave everything behind. So I did cut my hair off, and then I told my mom. My mom is always my go-to person.
Yeah.
So I told her I needed a place, and she's like, I'll go looking. So she started looking. 2 days down the road, she told me I have the place. Then I told her I'm still looking for the money. So at that point, I started calling back all my old clients. Then I was telling them, all of them are asking, what happened? We've been looking for you, Eva. And I'm like, do you have a job for me? Do you have a job for me? Do you have a job for me? Within that particular week, I'd gotten 4 jobs and I was ready to start. I didn't have no equipment. I didn't have anything, but I said, I will start. And then I started going into people's workshops, trying to do work from there. And then eventually we got in a space, bought our own equipment slowly by slowly. I went to the bank and I told them I needed a loan. Luckily, I did not have bad loans before. So the bank was willing, when I had a contract that was slightly bigger, I presented that contract and they were able to facilitate me at that point.
So how are you using your past to inspire other women?
I think now from the initiative we started, that is the Fundi Women Initiative, we want to bring more women into this space. But for me, is to tell our story. It is always that we want the rosy stories, but can people hear the non-rosy stories and they can get inspired? For me, I'm ready to share. It has been a while. It was hard for me to share this story because I was going to be looked at as like, oh my God. No, but now I realize that if I speak about it and I tell somebody I went through this, you can also go through it. Resilience is one of the most important things. Don't give up. Because if you know what you want and your hands are not cut off, you've not broken your leg, you've not done anything, can you be able? But then at the same time, for us as mothers, I think one of the things that used to drive me so hard is like, I wake up and my kids don't have food on the table.
From the start to now, where's your stand in business?
From the start, the business has definitely grown because we've dedicated ourselves to that. So now the value of our business right now is in Ugandan shillings. You can give it at the value of about maybe coming to 5 billion. And if you tell us our turnover a year, we're now heading to 1 billion. So our target this year is actually to 1 billion Ugandan shillings.
Eve is without a doubt a trailblazer and champion of gender equality and a source of inspiration for future generations. From losing it all and becoming a single mother to running a multi-million business, her story serves as a testament to the power of determination, skills, and a commitment to breaking down barriers that limit human potential. Society benefits from their courage, innovation, and resilience as it moves towards a more inclusive, equitable future.
Brought to you by Stanbic Bank Uganda.